All right, I'm gonna do 2 product reviews here. First one's for Sidewall Slug. Anybody who rides, familiar with these plugs, they work, they're great most of the time. On my most recent trip, I got the dreaded double sidewall hole. Plug this one, no problem, 3 plugs. This is a Sidewall Slug. We had 6 plugs in there, made it a mile, popped back out. And I'm gonna talk about this product. So I've seen these things on the market for a while, never really gave them much thought, but I bought a couple because they're made locally here in Ohio, near where I live. And this is the 2nd trip in a row we've used one, and they work great, and I highly recommend them. So what you're gonna get is a little pamphlet with the instructions on the inside, and this is the Sidewall Slug. And the way it works is you shove this end, if this was the hole, into the hole, and you pull it taut. So that goes on the inside. And this plastic line keeps it so you can line the outer cup up with it. So once you get it lined up, you push the outer cup on, you put the nut down that screw, and you tighten it down until it's tight. But you definitely want to make sure that this is lined up straight. So they give you plenty of wire to make sure you can pull it out when you have that push in there. But what they say to do when you get tightened all the way down, you'll know, trust me, you'll know it's on there good. They say you just snap this off by working it back and forth with a pair of pliers, and you can do that. But in our experience, if you invest in one of these little handheld hacksaws, it's a much better solution because you're not torquing on the thing you just put in there to keep the hole sealed up. So this worked a whole lot better for us. And like I said, there's the final product. This went through some hard rocks. I mean, you can see this thing's beat to hell. And it held up just fine. And they say this is just to get you out of the woods. I had a spare with me back at the truck, so I ran it on. But I ran this for 15 miles or so, and honestly, I'd probably keep running it. I'll probably just keep this as a spare because it's holding air just fine. Like I said, check them out. Sidewall Slug. It's a great company, and I think it's a great product. And if you're not going to carry a spare with you, which I don't anymore, or if somebody else doesn't have one and the hole's too big for the plugs, they won't stay in, this thing works fantastic. So I definitely would recommend keeping this in your tire repair kit. Along with that, this is the 2nd product I want to talk about. I used to carry a 12-volt plug-in compressor made by Slime, and it works great, but you got to go back and plug in your machine and turn it on your machine. This thing is straight plug and play. The battery lasts a long time. It's super portable. Fits in the top of my toolbox. If you have some Ryobi stuff, it takes all their 18-volt tools. It's got a gauge on the back. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but I mean, we aired up 3 or 4 tires with it, and this thing was great. So if you have room and you don't want to carry the 12-volt plug-in, this thing is something I would definitely recommend. And then if you want to just keep it in the trunk of your car or not use it out on the trails, it's a great product. The website for that Sidewall Slug is www.sidewallslug.com. And I got that Ryobi thing at Home Depot. But like I said, definitely recommend that Sidewall Slug thing. I'm actually going to send the guy an email after this and tell him how good it was.